From the 1930s to the end of the Second World War, Japan built around 3,500 to 4,500 tanks and self-propelled guns, compared to Britain, which built 27,000, Germany 70 to 80,000, the United States and the Soviet Union just over 100,000. So why couldn't Japan build as many tanks and self-propelled guns as these nations? The main reason is Japan just didn't have enough steel and resources to build more tanks, and a lot of steel production ended up going to the Navy to build warships. And on top of that, later on in the Second World War, you get Allied air raids damaging Japanese tank production as well. And it's interesting because in the early 1930s, you have got Japanese looking at heavy tanks. However, they didn't go ahead because of the amount of resources it used and the amount of time it took to build. The Japanese used tankettes, light tanks and medium tanks, and during its invasion of China it has great success. However, later on in the Second World War, they don't fare so well. This is because the Chinese forces are getting better training, more well equipped, and understanding Japanese tactics as well. The doctrine was very influenced by the French. It effectively used as infantry support, and it did well, especially with the invasion of Burma and of course the capture of Singapore as well. However, when Japanese tanks went up against Western tanks, it didn't fare so well on one-on-one battles. Overall, Japanese tanks were inferior to Allied tanks, and Japanese knew this and didn't really want to go one-on-one with an Allied tank. And a lot of the time during the Pacific War, the Japanese were on the defensive, so they would dig these tanks in as a defensive fortification. In 1944 and 1945, the Japanese started fearing an assault on the home islands, so they left a lot of tanks that were produced in the home islands to defend Japan.